Hi students, welcome to Alphos e-learning chemistry classes for first year. The running chapter is stoichiometry and now we are in session number 27. In previous session we solved one numerical related to balancing the redox reaction in basic medium. And now in that session I provided you one numerical, that is one reaction to balance on your own. I think you solved it and you are waiting for the solution of that reaction or for that problem, is it not? And now let us consider or let us solve the balancing of the equation in this session, and during that again I am going to make you to recall all the rules related to balancing equation orally, not on written part, because in previous session already I wrote on board. I hope you wrote all those rules in your notes. If not, just again you go through that video and try to write the notes in your notebook. Clear? And now with this session we are going to conclude the balancing of the redox reaction by ion electron method. And in next session we will go for oxidation number method to balance the equation. Actually, when we are solving the commutative mode of questions, we are adopting only the oxidation number method, not the ion electron method, because ion electron method is elaborated one. That means it takes much time and it involves so many steps. And that's why always I am making you to understand the difference between the board exam questions and the competitive examination questions. And actually ion electron method is a board exam question, whether it may be a intermediate board or for CBSE board. If you are, but when they are important for board examination, but they are also having the same or equal or high importance in understanding the balancing equation. Even though in coming days we are going to adopt oxidation number method to solve the questions in an easy manner or in a short span of time. Actually, to understand that balancing equation, we should have thorough idea about this in ion electron method. That's why I am asking you to acquaint yourself with this concept. Clear? And now let me give that question and try along with me you verify whether you solved in a proper manner or not. And the question given is nothing but, again I am repeating, it is disproportionation reaction. All we are solving in a basic media are almost all disproportionation reactions, because only from disproportionation reaction we are getting the best example for this basic media's balancing redox reactions. Clear? That's why. Let me give. S8 when reacts with base NaOH, it is giving Na2S plus NaH2PO2. This is the equation, Na2S2O3. This is the equation given to balance, is it not? And now when the equation is given like that, now how to solve this? Let us consider rule number 1. Rule 1. What does it say? Simply write the skeletal equation, that is ionic form of the equation. How to write it? Just it is nothing but by removing first year group or second year group cations and also H plus from acids. H plus only from acids. So by removing these cations or H plus from acids, we can able to write the skeletal equation, that is nothing but the ionic form of the reaction. Now let us try here. It is sodium, we have to remove it, and this is also sodium, remove it. It is also sodium, remove it, because sodium is first year group cation. And after removing that, what we are writing is, as per rule number 1, S8 plus OH minus giving S minus 2 plus S2O3 minus 2. This is the skeletal equation of the given reaction. Clear? And now let us right, follow rule 2. As per rule 2, we have to identify the oxidation and reduction half reactions. Why so? Because we have to balance the two half reactions separately. That's why we have to identify the oxidation and reduction half reactions. Already we know that oxidation is nothing but increase in oxidation number and reduction is nothing but decrease in oxidation number. Clear? And thereby now let us consider it is S8. In S8, what is the oxidation state of sulfur? What is that? It is nothing but 0 because it is in elemental state, because it has no combination with other elements. So here 0 oxidation state now converts to -2, and here S2O3 -2. Here the oxidation state is in positive. If we are considering it appears to be +2. Here it is -2. Clear? And thereby 0 to -2, the oxidation state decrease. Hence it is reduction reaction. It is reduction reaction. And 0 to +2, the oxidation state increase. Hence it is oxidation reaction. Now we are identifying these two: oxidation reduction, oxidation half reaction, reduction half reaction. Clear? And now rule 3. As per rule 3, we have to balance the two half reactions separately, individually, by three step mechanism, or by following 3 steps we should balance the two half reactions separately. Clear? Let us move to third rule. And you remember the oxidation reaction is S8 giving S2O3 -2, and reduction is S8 giving S -2. Okay, now let us follow the rule number 3 to balance the two half reactions. Yeah, it is rule 3 and step 1. Oxidation half reaction this side and reduction half reaction this side. Let us write. What is oxidation half reaction? S8 converts to S2O3 -2, where sulfur oxidation is +2. We need not write here. And here reduction half is S8 now converts to S -2. Clear? And now step 1. As per step 1, we have to balance the atoms other than oxygen and hydrogen. Other than oxygen and hydrogen, here the atom present is sulfur. And just here sulfur is 8 atoms, but this side sulfur only 2 atoms. So to balance this sulfur, we have to take 4 coefficient. Already you know we should not use any subscript to balance the atoms, because when we are changing the subscript, the compound will be changed. Already we know from the inception we observed so many cases. So in all cases where we have to change or we have to balance the atom number on product side, once the product formed, just you remember, because these are the key points what you have to keep in your mind while you are balancing. When you are balancing the atoms on product side or reactant side, just after giving the product you have to use only the coefficient, not the subscript. Once you are changing the subscript, automatically the compound nature will be changed. That's why we should always use coefficient. Are you following? Clear? And now it is 4. And then step 2. As per step 2, we have to balance oxygen and hydrogen. Is it not? These two have to be balanced. Here the toughness. That's why I am concentrating on this step. Here actual rule is to balance oxygen in basic media, we have to add OH minus. And to balance hydrogen, we have to add H2O. But with this two-step mechanism, it is of taking some sort of time or zigzag manner where we have to attempt multiple times, we have to attempt so as to acquire balancing these two atoms, is it not? And that's why we find one logic approach. That logic approach is nothing but in a 3-step mechanism we are able to balance oxygen and hydrogen in a simple manner without any doubt or ambiguity. Clear? And now we are following the trickish logic approach. To balance oxygen, we have to add water in first step. How many waters? Just you observe, 4 into 3. 12 water molecules we have to add. It is S8 giving 4 S2O3 minus 2. Now to balance oxygen, we are adding 12 H2O. And then in second step, we have to add water equal to the number of hydrogen atoms, net number of hydrogen atoms. We have to add water equal to the number of net hydrogen atoms. Is it not? This side no hydrogen. This side how many hydrogens? Just you observe, 12 into 2. 24 hydrogen atoms are there. Thereby in the second step we are adding 24 H2O. This is logic approach. And now when in second step we are adding 24 H2O, in third step the same number of OH minus we have to add on the opposite side. The number of OH is equal to the number of water molecules added in the second step of logic approach. Is it not? So here in the second step 24 H2O added. That's why this side we have to add 24 OH minus. Clear? And now we have to take the net H2O. Net H2O is here 12 H2O, 24, 12 cancelled, the remaining is 12. Now the balancing equation is, oxygen and hydrogen balancing is 24 OH minus plus S8 giving 4 S2O3 minus 2 plus 12 H2O. This is. Now oxygen balanced or not? Just let us verify. Oxygen and hydrogen, our tendency or our intention is nothing but why we are using the trickish or logic approach, only to balance oxygen and hydrogen in a simple manner without any doubts. Is it not? So now let us observe here 24 oxygens, 24 hydrogens present. And now in this side 4 into 3, 12 oxygens and 12 oxygens, total 24 oxygens balanced. And hydrogens, here 24 hydrogens are present, and this side 12 into 2, 24 hydrogens present. So with these two, that is with the 3-step logic approach, we are successfully balancing oxygen and hydrogen without any doubt. Clear? And now coming to this, in this case the atoms 8 sulfur, but this side only 1 sulfur. So first of all we have to follow step 1, where the atoms other than oxygen and hydrogen has to be balanced first. Now let us balance by writing 8. And now step 2, balance oxygen and hydrogen. Is there any oxygen? Is there any hydrogen? No. That's why we need not use second step. When at least one oxygen or one hydrogen present in the reaction, then only we can go for balancing that hydrogen or oxygen. But here in this case there is no such hydrogen or oxygen. That's why simply we can skip that step. Are you following? Clear? And now let us go for step 3. What is step 3? It is related to balancing the charge. Balancing the charge. How to balance the charge? With all, now for the last 3-4 sessions we are balancing the equations. Now are you getting how to balance the charge? Because it is also one more step where the students are, most of the students are getting confused. But you should not confuse, because we are learning it in a simple way and in slow manner. Because after getting this concept in your mind, you can make it speed. But while you are learning, it should be slow. That's why. How to balance the charge? By adding electrons, only by adding the electrons. And when we are adding the electrons, which side we have to add that electron? Just to remember, if the net charge is positive, if the net charge is positive, to balance that positive charge, we have to add electrons on the same side. In case if the net charge is observed to be of negative, net charge after cancelling after all adjustments, the net charge is negative, then to balance that negative charge, we have to add the electrons in opposite side. Are you clear? And now let us apply this rule. Balance the charge by adding electrons. Now let us write 24 OH minus plus S8 giving 4 S2O3 minus 2 plus 12 H2. For easy manner, for easy observation, which is net charge or what is the net charge, I am writing like this. Here 24 minus charges present. Here 4 into minus 2, that is minus 8 charges there. And after cancelling 8 charges from this, net result is 16 minus charges are present on this side. Just to observe, here it is 24 minus and here it is 8 minus. After cancelling that 8 minus from this 24 minus, the net result is 16 minus. Are you following? Students, are you following this? It is 24 minus. Clear? And this side 4 into minus 2, 8 minus. So from 24 minus, when 8 minus is subtracted, because when it is on this side minus, when we are making it to come this side, it will be plus. So that's why we are cancelling. So when minus 8 is cancelled from minus 24, the remaining is 16. And when the net result 16 is present on left side, where to add the electrons? On right side. How many electrons? 16 electrons. Now charge is balanced for this half reaction. Clear? And now coming to this, it is S8 giving 8S minus 2. Just to observe. And in this case, how much charge? 8 into minus 2. Minus 16 is there. But is there any charge this side? No. So to balance this minus 16, we have to add 16 electrons on this side. Why? Because in balancing the charge, we have to add the electrons on opposite side for negative charge, on the same side for positive charge. In both these two half reactions, we are getting net negative charge. So here net negative charge on this side is minus 16, thereby we are adding electrons on right side. In this case, on right side the net charge is minus 16, thereby we are adding electrons on left side. Are you clear with this one? And now we have to move rule number 4, because with this charge balance we concluded the rule number 3 with 3 steps. The 3 steps are: step 1 is balance the atoms other than oxygen, hydrogen. Step 2 is balance oxygen and hydrogen. Step 3 is balance charge by adding electron. After completion of these 3 steps of rule 3, we have to move to rule number 4. What is rule number 4? Just it asks to balance or to equalize the electrons present in both the two half reactions. To balance or to equalize the number of electrons present in the two half reactions by multiplying the reaction with suitable number. Okay, now let us consider here. In this oxidation half reaction, 16 electrons are there. And in this reduction half reaction, 16 electrons are there. So luckily here, both the 2 electrons in the two half reactions are equal in number. So we need not impose any rule number 4. Because already the electrons are equal in both the two half reactions. Clear? And now moving to rule number 5. As per rule number 5, we have to add the two half reactions after cancelling the electrons and by taking net water and H2O and OH minus and H plus if any. Just you remember, if there are hydrogen H plus or water H2O or OH minus in both the half reactions, we have to consider the net number of these H2O or H plus or OH minus, and we have to add these two half reactions by cancelling the electrons. That's why the method is ion electron method. Again I am repeating why it is ion electron method, because when we are balancing the equation, first of all we are writing the ionic form, and in balancing the charge ultimate step we are using electrons. Is it not? So that's why it is known as ion electron method, and it is half reaction method. Again, why it is half reaction method? When we are balancing the equation, we are making this reaction into two halves, that is nothing but oxidation half and reduction half. Are you following? That's why it is half reaction method or ion electron method. Clear? And now with this one, now we are moving to rule number 5. Add the two half reactions. Now let us write the two half reactions. It is oxidation is 24OH minus plus S8 giving 4 S2O3 minus 2 plus 16 electrons, and reduction half reaction is 16 electrons plus S8 giving 8S minus 2. Here electrons get cancelled, and now 24OH minus plus S8 and S8, 2S8 giving here 4S2O3 minus 2 and 8S minus 2. Now if you observe, all these are divisible with 2, thereby it is, let us divide with 2, 12 by 2, 1 by 2, 2 by 2, 4. So net result is 12OH minus plus S8 giving 2S2O3 minus 2 plus 4S minus 2. This is the balanced equation. 12 oxygens. Here yes, along with this, here 12 H2O is also there. Is it not? And now along with this we are having 12 H2O. So by 2 it is nothing but 6. So 6 H2O. Yes, we forget to write that net H2O there. In oxidation half reaction we are having 12 H2O also. Just you go for that step. There we are having 4 S2O3 minus 2 plus 16 plus 12 H2O. Is it not there? And now with all this we are getting 12 H2O with divided with 2, it is 6 H2O. Now this is the balancing equation. 12 oxygen. That's why in this step when I forget to write that H2O, I identified it. How? Just it is nothing but 12 oxygens, but here only 6 oxygens. That means the remaining 6 oxygens should be in H2O. Where I committed the mistake? Just when I go back, it is observed that the H2O, I forgot to write this H2O in oxidation half reaction. Actually in that oxidation half reaction, what we, after balancing the oxygen and hydrogen, we find 12 H2O is there. Is it not? That 12 H2O we have to write. So when these 12 H2O and these two are added, now we are getting this equation, and all the numbers are divisible with 2. Now we are getting this. Clear? and with this one there are 12 oxygen, 6 and 6, total 12 oxygen, and 12 hydrogens, just it is 6 into 2, 12 hydrogens are there. Like that we are balancing the equation in basic medium. Are you clear, my dear students? Here just what we are not writing when we are balancing the equation is, when we are after rubbing the equation I forgot to write this 12H2O. That is the only mistake. But after going through this, after when I observe that oxygen is not balanced, I recollect that this 12H2O I forgot to write on this side. That's why I wrote that one, and thereafter I am writing the exact balancing equation. And my dear students, here so many some students, whether they are students or parents I don't know, they are asking about the ions which I dropped while we are writing the skeletal equation. What happened to that ions? Why we are not considering that ions? That is the $1 billion question in so many people's mind. Are you following? Are you following my question? Some people are asking, sir, in the beginning, actually in the beginning what we write for this? It is, let me write that equation. Actually it is given as S8 plus NaOH giving Na2S plus Na2S2O3. This is the actual equation, is it not? Now if we observe the balanced equation, S8 is there, so it is present in the given equation, in the balanced equation, no problem at all. But here oxygen, so oxygen is there, or oxygen or OH is there, so we are not having any doubt. And then this side sulfur, that sulfur is there in the form of sulfide, no problem at all. And this thiosulfate, that thiosulfate is there in both cases. With this one we are not having any confusion, but the confusion is we dropped these Na plus and Na plus. These sodium ions we dropped so as to get the ionic form of the equation. Not only in this given equation only sodium ions dropped, but in case if it is acid medium, that H plus is also dropped. Now the question what so many people are asking me through WhatsApp or as they doubt, because we are neglecting that ions which are dropped only to get the ionic form. Our intention is to get the ionic form, but meanwhile in the middle of the reaction why we are dropping that Na plus or some other cations or H plus, and what happened to them, where they are? These are different questions in the minds of so many people. Clear? Now, so because we are going to conclude this ion electron method this today, that is in this session itself, I would like to explain regarding the dropping ions. What happened to them, where they are. Just my dear students, you remember they are in the solution itself. They are not going out of the solution. Along with this, these ions will also present whatever the number of ions required, that number of ions will be there itself. And now your question will be, sir, in case if the ions are present in that solution, why we are dropping them? Why we are not considering them? Because those ions are not involved in oxidation or reduction. Here simply we can say that in this type of ions which are not involved in the reaction but they are present in the solution are known as spectator ions. You remember, they are known as spectator ions. And my dear students, for easy understanding of the spectator ion, let me explain you. It is nothing but a match is going on. That is, let us say the familiar game is cricket. When cricket is going on, the players are involved in the game, and all the visitors, that is nothing but the spectators who are coming to the ground, so only to observe the game, are not playing any role in the game itself. Just they are observing the game. what is going on, whether they are defeated or that they are success in the game. They have to observe, that's all. These people are not having any role in deciding the game, is it not? In such a manner, here also these ions which we are dropping from the reaction so as to get the ionic forms are just they are observing what is going on. We are saying like that. Actually they are present in the solution, but they are not playing any role in oxidation or reduction. That's why we are neglecting them, and the name is also given like that. Scientists feel that they are just seeing like the visitors in the playground. When the players are playing, these people are observing what is happening, whether the game is in winning side or in losing side. Irrespective of that, the spectators have to observe, that's all. They are not having any role in deciding the game, is it not? Here also these Na plus ions are not having any role in oxidation or reduction reaction. Are you following? That's why such type of ions which we dropped so as to get the skeletal equation or the ionic form of the equation are known as spectator ions. Are you following? That is about the ion electron method for balancing the equation in acid medium and basic medium. My dear students, I hope you are, at least I am not making that 100% you can get with first view of this video or first view of the lesson. Just in the first step you may get 40 or 50%. If you are much intelligent, you may get 60-70% also. But once, twice, thrice, if you are going through this video regarding the rules and in the application of the rules, what are the tricks we are applying, with all these, if you are going through this once, twice, whenever you are finding time, definitely you will become master in balancing the equation through ion electron methods. I wish you have to go through these videos once, twice, and you should become master in balancing the equation in ion electron methods. Clear? With all this, I am concluding this ion electron method here itself, and in the next session I will start oxidation number method to balance the equation, because oxidation number method is the convenient method to calculate, to solve the numericals what they are providing in the competitive exam mode. Because why we are considering it is a convenient method is nothing but it is of taking very less time. There also you should use your IQ. There also you should have the idea about the oxidation number and oxidation and reduction reactions. All these you should have in your mind. But with that one you can easily solve the questions. But it is of the subject which is required to get highest knowledge in the content. But this method is nothing but technically it is useful, but it is not convenient. But whereas oxidation number is useful as well as it is convenient method to solve the question for competitive examination. Clear? But to understand that, you should be master in this one. That's why I am asking you, my sincere suggestion is, till you are getting the correct idea regarding the balancing the equation, you have to go through these videos once, twice, thrice, like that. Clear? Thank you. All the best.